Good evening. Oh, for the third time. Good evening, Maurice. Good evening, Berenice. And good evening, Erna. How are we all doing? Hey, give yourselves a big round of applause on this beautiful summer's night in the middle of winter. Or I don't know if that should be a beautiful winter's night in the middle of summer. This is November. It's November the 17th, and I thought it was summer, but the weather clearly has other ideas. Anyway, we're all here, and things are about to get a lot hotter and heat up because BeCoinWise is in town. My name is Max Cohn. I'm your presenter tonight, and we're going to have lots of fun. So we're recording this presentation, and I'll make the recording available tomorrow morning, and you can pass it on to friends and family and everything else. You know, my lovely friends, I always like to start off with a poem, but before I do that, I just want to remind you that never, ever before have I ever lent my name to any product or services or anything like that, because quite simply, I didn't subscribe to any of these things. That was until I came across BeCoinWise. And I was all in the presentation for maybe 5 minutes. And then I realized BeCoinWise is what it's all about. BeCoinWise is the future. So that's what the presentation is all about tonight. Here's a little poem to impress upon you the importance and the value of time, and especially time in the now. And a big welcome to Sue and to Hugh. Sue is a director of marketing and Hugh is director of training. Thank you so much for joining us, and a big shout out to Segs. That's wonderful. Okay, so my lovely friends, I only have a minute, just 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. It's up to me to use it. I must give an account. If I abuse it, I will suffer if I lose it. Just a tiny, tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. I think that's so lovely. It really does impress upon you the urgency, the importance of time. So, my lovely friends, I want to get right into the presentation. And I'm going to share my screen with you in a moment. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, my lovely friends. I'm bringing it up right now. There it is. There it is. I'll make it full size for you and for your viewing entertainment or your viewing pleasure, whatever you want to call it. So, my lovely friends, let's get right into it. Here's the first slide. And this is the shopping process as it currently typically is at this moment in time. So you go to the shops and you spend, let's use this example. You spend 1,000 Rand and you pay with your card. It can be your credit card, it can be your debit card, any one of those bank cards. And immediately you buy something for 1,000 Rand, groceries, whatever. Immediately that 1,000 Rand is out of your account. And the merchant will get about 985 rands of that 1,000 because the bank or those guys called Visa or MasterCard or whoever else it is, they take 1.5%. Now that's the example we're using here, 1.5%. And that equates to about 15 rands, okay? So that's that 15 Rand is disappearing into the coffers of the banks. Now, you might think, oh, well, 15 Rand, it's only 1.5%. That's not a lot, but let's look at the center of this slide and look at these 5 blue chip major South African retailers. And let's select tonight, I always pick a different one. Let's tonight pick Clicks. Let's click on Clicks. And last year, their annual turnover was 45 billion. And that's about 3.8 billion rands monthly turnover. Now, do you see this last square in the rectangle? If it's possible to have a square in a rectangle, it actually is because you're seeing it there. That blue, the one that's highlighted in blue, okay, That's a very interesting slide, because if you look at clicks, 56 million rands last year was the transaction fee that Visa or MasterCard or the banks, whoever, were claiming from your money. 56 million rands just in one shop. And that's, that is the money. Now, that's the money that you and I, as the shopper, has been leaving on the table. Well, my lovely friends, no more. Because now with BeCoinWise and now with Sellbucks, things are not about to change. Things have changed. Because you see, the momentum of change is here, and the momentum of change is here to stay, with digital payments accelerating worldwide. And that's been driven by the mobile first adoption and rapid technological progress. The urgency to provide a unified, secure, and inclusive solution has never been stronger. My lovely friends, welcome to the new impact and profit of everyday transactions. And I mean everyday transactions. Your simple groceries, your petrol, diesel for your car, your medications, toiletries, your cosmetics, your basic lifestyle products. You're now going to get something back from your daily spending with Sellbucks. And Sellbucks is a mobile payment platform. It's a digital mobile payment platform. And Sellbucks offers you, the shopper, zero transaction fees. Now, I'll tell you what to do. Just think of just one. Just think of one and put it in the comments. One other financial bank or institution that gives you zero transaction fees every month. And please alert us in the comments. I would love to find out who and that might be. Who could that be? Just name one bank. You know what? I'm going to be waiting for the rest of the night, because there is no bank that gives you zero transaction fees. Sellbucks offers you also instant secure payments. On board with Sellbucks and BeCoinWise are major retailers and small medium enterprises, and I will go over some of them later. Sellbucks creates increased customer base and loyalty for merchants. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean you'll be getting a lot more traffic through your business, and you'll be getting repeat business from customers. In other words, customer loyalty. That's just one of the things that Sellbucks offers you as an individual and you as a merchant. And of course, maybe the most important thing is Sellbucks will be circulating that value that it's creating within the local community, my community, your community. Sellbucks is keeping that value within local communities. And that in and of itself is an altruistic behavior. It's quite beautiful. It's quite wonderful. And of course, my lovely friends, you're going to get the glorious opportunity not just to save money, but you're going to get the great opportunity, the glorious opportunity to earn money as well. And here's the kicker: not just on your own shopping, but on the shopping of everyone who's in your shopping ecosystem. More about that later. Okay, so my lovely friends, in a world that's moving faster than ever, okay, Sellbucks stands out as a powerful, secure digital wallet which is designed to put your money, your rewards, your opportunities in the palm of your hand. Doesn't matter if you're shopping, sharing, or earning, Sellbucks transforms your phone. You know these things here, this smartphone, can you see that? Yep. It transforms your phone into a dynamic, and I mean dynamic, financial hub. It's fast, it's simple, and it's built and designed for modern living. And here's the game changer. Here's the kicker. When you get your BeCoinWise starter pack, you automatically unlock your Cellbox digital wallet absolutely free. And there's a nice surprise in that wallet, which I'll chat about in a moment. But you absolutely for free, you unlock your digital Cellbox wallet. Now, you can't just come in off the street and get yourself a Cellbox digital wallet. You have to be introduced to them. And there's no better way to be introduced to them than through the BeCoinWise system. BeCoinWise and Cellbox is your gateway. It's your gateway. It's your opening to a smarter, seamless, secure lifestyle. Okay, so here are the four components of the system. Okay, this is the ecosystem, and there's four main components. And you can see right in the center, it says closed loop system. And you will notice that the arrows go left and right and up and down. You'll notice that. Now, there's four components. If we start at the top left, there's Cellbox, top right, BeCoinWise, bottom right, you, the shopper, bottom left, the merchant. Who is the merchant? Well, we're going to talk about the merchants in a moment, and you'll be absolutely amazed at just who is on board with BeCoinWise and Cellbox. You'll be absolutely enthralled. Okay, so what is Cellbox? Cellbox is a digital payment platform that we want to encourage you to start using. We want you to start paying for your things, your shopping, your petrol, your diesel with your Cellbox wallet. Who is the merchant? The merchant are the people that you'll be doing business with. Who are the shoppers? You and I. And by the way, the shoppers are the most important component in this closed loop system. You, the shopper. And what and who is BeCoinWise? BeCoinWise is the system, the brainchild of Dr. Franz and Dr. Renelle Swanepoel. That is the system which combines all of these things and tracks every single transaction so that you get rewarded every week, so that you save, so that you earn money from your own shopping and everybody else's shopping. That BeCoinWise system tracks the entire and every transaction, and it presents it to you in a seamless fashion. So the BeCoinWise, you could say, is the heart of this. Cellbox is the payment process. But again, I reiterate, the most important component is you, the shopper. Because without you, the shopper, there is no shopping, there is no transactions, and there is no financial activity. Okay, so my lovely friends, here are some of the merchants that's on board with BeCoinWise and Cellbox. Now, who's heard of Pick and Pay? Give me a thumbs up if you've heard of Pick and Pay. Who's heard of Checkers, Boxer, ShopRite? Who's heard of Total? Total Energy is where you put petrol, diesel into your car. Who's heard of Mug and Bean? Rocco Mamas? Who's heard of those places? Spur, Hi-Fi Corporation, Mr. Delivery, Clicks, Discam, Burger King. Who's heard of Incredible Connection? Now, these are just some. These are just some of the merchants that's on board with BeCoinWise and Cellbox. There are thousands more, far too many for me to list on this presentation tonight. But we selected these ones to give you an indication of the caliber of merchant that has embraced the BeCoinWise system and the Cellbox digital payment platform. Now, I always like to pose the question, if these major South African retailers who have been in business for decades, for years, if they are embracing Cellbox and BeCoinWise, shouldn't you? And I think the answer is a definite yes. No, definitely maybe. Definitely yes. If they are embracing the BeCoinWise and Cellbox system, so should you. It is time, my lovely friends, to stand on the shoulders of giants and see the world with a new vision, a vision of prosperity, a vision of wealth, a vision of saving, and a vision of earning from your everyday shopping. That's it. So these are just some of the merchants that's on board with BeCoinWise and Sellbucks. Okay, so why did BeCoinWise come up with this system? Well, what's the problem statement? The problem statement, quite simply, is we as shoppers, you and I as the everyday shopper, are spending billions every month. Now, you saw it on the first slide. You saw clicks. I think we used clicks tonight. You saw their monthly turnover. It was like something like 4.5 billion. That's just one shop. The South African shopper is spending billions every month. Now, here's the problem. The value, that money is flowing out, but very, very rarely, very, very seldom, if ever, does it flow back to the very people who's creating it. You saw the money just from a 1.5% transaction fee that we have been leaving on the table. That's the problem. Look at the picture of the shopping trolley. It's the most expensive vehicle to operate in 2025. It was the most expensive vehicle to operate in 2024, and it will be the most expensive vehicle to operate in 2026. Because you know as well as me, if you've shopped more than once in your life, over a week or 2 week period, you will know prices just seem to go up. They go up, 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 up. They seldom, if ever, come down. So the BeCoinWise and Sellbucks value proposition is quite simple. For shoppers, it's going to turn your daily spending into rewards and savings. For merchants, it's going to build stronger customer loyalty and attract new shoppers. My goodness gracious me, do you know how much merchants spend in advertising every year to try and achieve those goals? And you're getting that with BeCoinWise and Sellbucks. For communities, and we all live in one or the other community, BeCoinWise and Sellbucks are going to keep that value circulating, which will support local households and local businesses. My lovely friends, you can clearly see that with BeCoinWise and Sellbucks, it's creating a win-win ecosystem where everybody benefits, where everybody wins. I mean, you can't get better. You cannot get better than BeCoinWise and Sellbucks. And of course, written in red in the bottom right is why not get something back? I think it's time we got something back. And I know you agree with me. I know you think it's time we got something back too. I completely agree. You agree with me, and I completely agree with you. So, my lovely friends, here's the solution. You can start your own business today for the amazing sum, the princely sum, the paltry fee, the negligible amount of 350 rands. 350 rands gets you a BeCoinWise starter pack. It gets you a Sellbucks wallet. Now, I'm a Scotsman, and you know all the jokes about the Scottish people, they're tight-fisted. Well, I'm quite a generous guy, but nevertheless, I am Scottish. And when I spend 350 rands, I want to get something for that 350 rands, okay? I really, really do. You know, when I spend 10 rand, I want to get value for money. So what are you actually getting when you invest 350 rands into BeCoinWise and Sellbucks? Well, just a couple of the things, a few things. If you look at the right-hand side of the screen here, of the slide, you're getting a digital user manual that explains everything about the BeCoinWise system. You're getting a personal financial planner where you can plan and design your financial future. Now, I don't need to remind you, if you were to call in someone from one of these financial institutions, something like that would cost you thousands of rands. You're going to get a merchant directory of every single merchant countrywide that's on the BeCoinWise system that's doing business with Sellbucks. And you can localize that to your own area, and you can see at a glance just who the businesses are in your area that embrace BeCoinWise and Sellbucks. You'll also get a product catalog because BeCoinWise has a whole range of products, apparel, and equipment designed to help you generate more business and increase your wealth and prosperity. We've got things like skip hats, hoodies, t-shirts, golf shirts, tablecloths, promotional flyers. We've got everything. BeCoinWise has everything. And of course, when you join BeCoinWise, and when you pay for your starter pack at 350 rands, immediately BeCoinWise activates your Cellbox wallet and deposits 30 rands into your Cellbox wallet. Now, by the time you get your SMS, which will have your username and password, there is already 30 rands in that wallet. Now, why do we do that? Well, we do that because we want to give you confidence. We want you to know that this works. We want you to see at a glance how quickly and efficiently and seamlessly this system works. And that will give you confidence to use the system. That will make you realize, my goodness me, this works, and it works fast. Now, your username is your cell phone, and you normally substitute the first, you take out the first zero, and it will be 27, then the rest of your number minus that first zero. And your password will be a 4 or 5 digit PIN, which you can change. You can log into the system on the first occasion, and you can change your password to something that suits you. But look at the price this is costing. It's costing you. It's actually costing you nothing. You know, if this was 3,500, it would be a bargain. Do you know at 35,000 rands, BeCoinWise would still be worth every penny? But it's 350 rands, and it's once off. You never, ever pay again. You don't have to renew your membership. There's no annual, monthly renewals. You pay once and never, ever again. And that is absolutely amazing in and of itself. Do you know there is so much more? Let me just quickly tell you about the marketing videos that's made available to you from our technical director, Peter John Krausp. He has made about 15, 20 marketing videos that you can personalize. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, these are videos, first of all, that introduce the BeCoinWise system over a 2 to 3 minute period. They're short videos. They're very quick. They get straight to the point. They explain the main facts of BeCoinWise and Cellbox. But on that video, you're able to personalize it so that when I'm watching that video, I will see your name, I will see your cell phone number, or I'll see your member number. And then when I register, I'm registering in your team because it will be your number that is the sponsor. It'll be your number as the person that introduced me. So you'll get the rewards for that. And I'm going to talk about the rewards in a moment or so. But that's just some of the things that you get with a starter pack. Now, if you were to make these videos yourself, it would cost you thousands, hundreds of thousands of rands. And here, BeCoinWise has done all that for you. The momentum is going. BeCoinWise and Cellbox have overcome the inertia, and the momentum is going. And they've done that for you at a fraction of the cost. All you have to do is just invest. And that's what you're doing. You're investing 350 rands in your financial well-being, in your financial prosperous future. Okay, my lovely friends, now this is an example, okay, of just one of the income streams that's available to you as a BeCoinWise and Cellbox member. Now, this one that we're looking at, this slide that we're looking at the moment is once off, okay? Now, this is the starter pack bonus that BeCoinWise pays you for everybody that you introduce into the BeCoinWise ecosystem. This is what BeCoinWise is going to pay you. So if we look at the target on the left, okay, we've got right in the middle, the bullseye, right in the middle is you, right in the middle is the most important person. Again, that's you. So that's the bullseye. If you look at there's 4 outer rings, okay, rings or rungs. There's a direct shopper, the extended shopper, the broader shopper, and the market growth shoppers. Now, this particular example is based on you introducing 10 people. Now, we all know 10 people. I know more than 10 people. But all BeCoinWise wants you to do is just simply introduce 10 people to the BeCoinWise ecosystem. Obviously, you must be a member yourself, and then you can start introducing other people. But you start off with 10. And by the way, BeCoinWise is experimenting right now with a new system where you only have to introduce 4. Now, my good friend and colleague, Rian, he's busy blazing a trail with his blazing saddles, and he's got this going. And, we're going to introduce it over time, but at the moment, this is a standard system that we're using. But we are looking to make it even easier for you by only having to introduce 4 people. But there'll be more of that perhaps from next week. It will be maybe the regular presentation. All you have to do is find 4 people. Tell 4 people about BeCoinWise, and you can get going with that. But this one I'm showing you now is based on you bringing in 10 people. And if you bring in 10 people, they will be your direct shoppers. And BeCoinWise will give you 10 rands each on those 10 people. And that will earn you once off 100 rands. Now, those 10 people, they're going to be encouraged to tell 10 people about BeCoinWise. That's going to create 100 people. BeCoinWise will give you 5 rands on those 100 people. That's 500 rands income once off. Then those 100 people, they're going to tell 10 people each. And that will create 1,000 shoppers in your ecosystem. And BeCoinWise will give you 10 rands of a starter pack bonus on each of them, which is 10,000 rands. And then, of course, once those 1,000 people tell 10 people each, that's going to bring it up to 10,000. And you're into the market growth shopper category. And BeCoinWise is going to give you a starter pack bonus of 25 rands on each of them, which is 250,000 rand, 250,000 rands. The total is 260,600 rands. That's the potential income that you're sitting on right now, that you have the capacity and the capability to earn. And all you have to do is join BeCoinWise, and all you have to do is just tell your first 10 people, and then this just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's like a snowball. It starts off small. As it rolls down the hill, picks up more snow. By the time it gets to the bottom, it's a huge, big ball. And this is the wonderful benefit of BeCoinWise. And this is the kind of impact that you can make with BeCoinWise. A total of 260,600 rands. It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. And again, all you did was introduce 10 people. And that's going to change to 4 people, but we'll just use the 10 tonight. And all you did was tell them to shop through the BeCoinWise system and pay for things with their Sellbucks wallet. That's the only 2 differences. Oh yeah, and they had to pay 350 rands. That's an investment, that's a steal. But that's the only 2 differences you'll be making. You'll be using the BeCoinWise system, and you'll be paying for your shopping through the Sellbucks wallet. We don't want you to sell any product. We don't want you to have to buy things at 2 rand and sell them for 4 rand. We don't want you to stockpile things in your garage where you can't even get your car in. You don't have to do any selling. All you have to do is some telling. You see, BeCoinWise is #1 on the best tellers list, and that is a fact. It's an actual fact. You don't sell nothing. You just tell people to do something that they've never done before. And that's something that they've never done before is shop for their everyday groceries. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you know what? There has never been a business opportunity like this. It is so sustainable. That's why I've embraced it. That's why I'm in love with BeCoinWise and Sellbucks. There's no subscriptions. You don't have to pay every month. You pay once off. You don't buy any products. You just carry on as normal with your everyday shopping. And you just, encourage your friends and family and colleagues and neighbors and people like that to do the same. They're doing what they're already doing. I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is perhaps the easiest, most simplest way to earn extra income without really having to do anything. Gosh, it's amazing. I just hope and pray that you can feel the amazement and the excitement that I'm trying to convey to you tonight, because it has never been an opportunity like this. You know, it doesn't matter if whatever business you compare Bitcoin-wise with, all these other businesses want you to buy something, want you to pay these monthly subscriptions. With Bitcoin-wise, you just go about your normal day. You just go about your normal business activities. You're shopping for bread and milk. You're shopping for groceries. You're shopping for toiletries and cosmetics and petrol in your car. What you've been doing all your life. You've never ever been paid for it. And you might be saying to me right now, well, I've got a smart shopper's card. Brilliant. I've got a Checkers X card. Brilliant. They are good. You save a few rands and you can earn a few rands with them too, but you get nothing. You get absolutely nothing on the guy behind you. When he spends his 1,000 rand, you don't see a penny of that. And this next slide will show you the potential that's available to you as a BeCoinWise member using your Salbucks wallet, the potential earnings that you can make every month. Watch this next slide. It's absolutely amazing. It's mind-blowing. Here it is, okay? Benefits and impact. This is an example based on your shopping ecosystem community spending 1,000 rands each a month. Now, you and I know fine well it's going to be so much more. It's going to be 5, 10, 15,000 a month. You know, if you add up everything that you spend, your municipal accounts, your groceries, your petrol, all the things that you buy for the house, it's more than 1,000 rand. But we've kept this example at 1,000 rand to keep it simple, to keep it easy to compute, to keep it easy to calculate, and perhaps more importantly, to let you see the potential that you can have with BeCoinWise and Salbucks, to let you see the exponential growth that's available to you with this system. So let's look at the direct shopper reward. You're going to get 10% of the transaction fee, which is on this case 1.5%, and that's on 10 shoppers spending 1,000 rand a month. That's 10,000 rands. You're going to get 15 rands. On the extended shopper reward, BeCoinWise is going to pay you 5% of 100 people spending 1,000 rand a month. That's going to be 75 rands. When we get to the broader shopper reward, BeCoinWise is going to pay you 15% of that transaction fee of 1,000 people spending 1,000 rand a month, and that's 2,250 rands. When you get to the market growth shopper reward, you now get a colossal 40%, 40% on the transaction fee of 10,000 people spending 1,000 rand a month, and that comes to 60,000 rands. In total, 62,340 rands. Passive income. Passive income. You didn't have to do anything. All you did was tell 10 people, and soon it's going to be just 4 people. But that's the kind of monthly income that you can earn with BeCoinWise and Salbucks on your shopping community, spending 1,000 rand a month. If we double it to 2,000, that will double to 120,000 rands. If we double it to 3,000, that will be 180,000 rands. Can you see the potential? Is it not interesting to see the scope that's available through this system? I think it really and truly is. And by the way, you also get, and this is a reminder, you also get 10% of the transaction fee on all your own personal shopping. But this is an absolute amazing income stream. Now that's based on a total of, let's say, what, 11,111 people. Okay, that's not a lot of people when you think there's, what, 50, 60 million people living in South Africa. If you only had a tenth of that, let's say you had 1,000 people, you would be getting 6,000. Let's say you had 1,500 people, you'd be getting about 8,000 rands a month. Now, you might think 6,000, 8,000, that's not a lot of money. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you know how much money you would have to have in the bank for the bank to give you 8,000 rands a month? Let me show you how much. You would have to have 1 million rands in your bank account, tied up for a period of time at 10% interest. And by the way, you're probably laughing. You're thinking, what bank gives you 10% interest? You're right. I can't think of any bank. Remember earlier, there's no bank or financial institution that gives you zero transaction fees. Cellbox does, but no other. There's no bank right now that's giving you 10%. Again, this was just set at 10%. It's easy on the eye. It's easy to calculate, easy to compute. But at 10%, on 1 million rand, you'll get 8,333 rands a month in interest. And yet with just 1,500 people, with just 15% of your shopping ecosystem in BCoinWise, you get the same money. If you put 500,000 rands into the bank, they'll give you 4,000 rand a month. 250,000, 2,000 rands a month. You put 100 grand in, they'll give you 800 bucks a month in interest. And again, I reiterate, with just 1,000, 1,500 people in your shopping ecosystem, you'll be getting over 8,000 rands with BCoinWise. You are technically and theoretically a bank millionaire. Now, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. You know, you should be here tonight. You should be here tonight to save. You should be here tonight to earn. One or the other, but with BCoinWise and Cellbox, you can do both. It's the best of both worlds. You are a bank millionaire with just 1,000, 1,500 people in your BCoinWise ecosystem. You'll be earning the same money that someone earns who has tied up their capital. And who wants to tie up 1 million rand to get 8,000 rands a month? I mean, I wouldn't do that. I don't think you would do that either. But you're much better off than a bank millionaire when you become a BCoinWise and Cellbox member. So my lovely friends, let's not delay. Let's do it today, because today is the only day we have. You don't do it now, you'll never do it. Okay, so my lovely friends, let me just give you an example of what happens to our money. This is the fun fact number 2. The value decay that is caused by transaction fees. And with just, let's say, a 5% transaction fee, on every 100 rand that you spend or that's transacted, that 100 rand, after a few transactions, has disappeared. Where does it disappear to? It disappears into the banking system. It gets swallowed up by the transaction fees that are coming off that 100 rand at every point. It's not because someone spent the money or bought something with the money. It's money that is removed because of the transaction fee. Now, in contrast, if you look at cash, if I have a 100 rand note peer-to-peer and I give it to you, and you give it to me back, and I give it to you, and you give it to me, and I give it to him, and he gives it to her, and she gives it to me, we can go on all day long. And we will, at the end of the day, still have that 100 rands. It does not decay. Now, if you think that's good, look at the bottom of this slide, because if you think that, with cash, it doesn't decay, the value stays the same, with BCoinWise and Cellbox, the value of that 100 rands actually increases the more it's used. Now, that doesn't make sense, and yet it makes perfect sense. I'm going to say it again. With BCoinWise and Cellbox, the value of that 100 rands increases the more it's used. And if that's not an incentive, if that's not a reason to join BCoinWise, I don't know what is. You know what, if this was a live presentation, normally at this point, I'm dancing around the stage with excitement. I'm doing backward flips and cartwheels. Okay, I'm getting a little bit enthusiastic. I don't actually do that. Don't want to injure myself. But this is how exciting this is. And I just wish that more people would see what I see, that more people that would appreciate what I appreciate, that more people will invest just 350 rands in themselves. When you think of the money that you spend willy-nilly and the money that you fritter away in buying things inconsequentials and things that you don't really need or even want, and yet here's an opportunity for you to change your prosperity, your financial future. And it's in the palm of your hand, and it's like a click away. You just click on the registration link. It takes you 3 to 5 minutes to fill it in. Actually, it takes you 60 seconds. But I'm just being kind to you because you might want to read the questions very slowly. And the questions they ask you is, what's your name, what's your address, what's your cell phone number, and bang, you remember. Bang, you pay your 350 rands. Bang, you get an SMS. You've already got your Cellbox wallet, everything. It's a fantastic system. It really and truly is a fantastic system. So, my lovely friends, get a starter pack tonight. Get back to the person that invited you onto this presentation. Get the link, get the registration link from them. Now, if you don't know who invited you or you've forgotten, contact me. I'll send you my link and you can join in my team, into my shopping ecosystem. I would love to have you on board. I really would. We're all going to go on great. We're going to go on famously. But get the link. Seriously now. Get the link from the person that invited you. Invest in yourself. You'll look back on this night, the 17th of November, 2025, in 6 months' time, and you'll do a merry dance. You'll say to yourself, my goodness gracious me, that was the night my life changed. That was a night where I put my money where my mouth was. That's the night where I put my money into the most important person, me, meaning you. That was the night everything changed. Why don't you indelibly impress this evening into your episodic memory by joining BeCoinWise and watching your life change? Register online is so simple. You'll wish you had done it years ago, really and truly. And by the way, talking of years ago, quickly let me tell you, Cellbox has been in business for over a decade. They've been in business for about 12, 13 years. And in that 13 years, they have transacted over 60 million individual transactions. 60 million over a period of 10, 12, 13 years, with a value of 15 billion rands. And I said billion, not million, 15 billion. 60 million individual transactions with a value of 15 billion rands over a decade. That is a track record that's worthy. That's a track record that you would want to repeat. You know, Cellbox is a value exchange. It offers seamless transfers beyond the traditional systems. Cellbox is a value disbursement. It's a rapid, secure fund distribution to multiple recipients. Cellbox is not a bank. Cellbox is better than a bank. And for one reason and one reason only, 0 transactions. And Cellbox is not, and I emphasize, is not a cryptocurrency. Cellbox is a stable, regulated, and accessible value transfer. So that's who we're dealing with. We're dealing with a company that has a checkered track record and history. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say to you in very simple terms, your money is safe. Your transactions are safe and sound. Cellbox is safe. Cellbox is secure. Cellbox is swift. And Cellbox is for you. My lovely friends, we have come to the end of the presentation. And I remind you, and I say it with all conviction, tomorrow, maybe even still tonight, because it's only 7:45. Tonight you might go shopping. Tomorrow you might go shopping, but you're going to go shopping again. We know that. And the question I want to leave you with tonight is just one question, quite simple. Are you going to earn from that shopping? Or are you not going to earn from that shopping? Let me ask another question. Would you like to earn or not earn? Surely the answer must be yes. Absolutely. The time is now. I repeat, get back to the person that invited you and join BeCoinWise tonight. Get your starter pack, pay for it, get your Sellbucks wallet, see your 30 rands there. You can redeem it straight away. You can buy something straight away with it. That will give you confidence to realize this works. My lovely friends, we want you with BeCoinWise and Sellbucks. We want you to shop smarter. We want you to earn lots more. And we want all of us to grow together. That's the plan. That's the vision. That's the mission of BeCoinWise. My lovely friends, BeCoinWise wants you to contact them with any query, anything you're not sure about. If I haven't made this presentation clear tonight, please, if there's something I have said that's confused you, or you're not sure, don't fumble about in the dark. Shine a bright light on it by contacting us. And BeCoinWise is very, very contactable. BeCoinWise wants you to contact them. So here are the platforms that you can use. You can WhatsApp BeCoinWise with your query, and you can WhatsApp the number 2761 501 0386. Or if you want to send an SMS, you can do that too on 278393 0043959814. That is the SMS number. If you have a more detailed query, it might be best to, let's think, email BeCoinWise. Where do you email them? You email them at support@becw.co.za. And of course, if you just want to do a little bit more research, you can do that too. You can go onto the BeCoinWise website, which is World Wide Web, www.becw.co.za. And of course, my lovely friends, you can follow, you can like, you can befriend BeCoinWise on all the major social media platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, WhatsApp, and the very medium we're using tonight, Zoom. You can contact BeCoinWise on Zoom. You can like us on Facebook. You can comment. You can follow us. In other words, we're everywhere. We want to be everywhere where you are. So these are the contact details for BeCoinWise. Please make use of them. And if you've got any query at all, get onto BeCoinWise and get an informed answer, which will allow you to make an informed decision. So, my lovely friends, that's the end of the presentation for this evening. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, we will have Peter John Krause with his technical presentation. And I strongly encourage you to attend, because I'll tell you why. Typically, every Tuesday, what Peter will do is he'll select something from the starter pack and he'll go over it in minute detail in very simplistic ways and terminology so that you can understand how that particular tool works. Peter's got a great way of showing things and simplifying things and making things easily digestible and understandable. So that's Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm back with the presentation where I will be adding a little bit more in about the power of 4. And Thursday night, we will also have a presentation by my very learned colleague, Rian. He'll be largely concentrating on the power of 4. And we're testing it at the moment. We want to make it easier. Every single day, BeCoinWise and Sellbucks are, they're putting their heads together. How can we make it easier? How can we make the people embrace this sooner than later? So Rian will be explaining more about the power of four on Thursday, and then eventually we'll integrate it completely into the system. And instead of having to know 10 people, we've made it even easier. You only have to know four. But you've got to be careful by reducing numbers. If it was only one person, we would have a problem because some people don't even know themselves. I'm laughing, but that is so true. I don't even know myself. So you probably don't even know yourself. So, my lovely friends, do join us on the presentations. Oh, thank you so much for the laugh, Sue. But it's true. I don't know myself, and you don't know yourself. We don't live long enough. We don't live long enough to ever get to know ourselves. But yeah, just introduce the system to four people, and we're good to go. Again, I just want to say there's never ever been a system like this. We don't have to buy anything. There's no monthly subscriptions. If you've got Netflix, you've got to pay every month for that. And if you don't pay, they cut your service. Bcoin-wise, you pay once. Sellbucks and Bcoin-wise, you pay once. Never again. And you enjoy all the benefits. And every single day, the benefits are multiplying. I mean, guys, I want you to get in now. Now's the time to get in. Bcoin-wise is in its infancy. Get in now. Bcoin-wise is making it even easier and more profitable for you. Get in now. Bcoin-wise wants to change your financial future, wants to change your life. Get in now. The only thing we can't do for you is make you join. The only thing we can't do for you is force you to join. I wish I could come there right now and twist your arm. I would. I'm not a violent physical man, but I would twist your arm to join Bcoin-wise. That's how excited I am. That's how much I embrace this system. That's how enthusiastic I am. I really and truly value and thank the day I was introduced to Bcoin-wise. My lovely friends, I always begin with a wee poem, and I'm going to end with one. And you know what it's all about. It's all about ignition. You see, every rocket that ever went to the moon had to be ignited. When you go in your car, you've got to start the engine. You're typically igniting the process of combustion in your engine to get moving. And this little poem I like it. It's got a lot of alliteration and it rhymes. Well, most poems rhyme. Okay, and it's all about igniting the rocket or the engine within the individual. You see, you've got to set yourself alight. You've got to set yourself on fire. Otherwise, you're never going to create heat. My lovely friends, tonight and every day, I want you to ignite the higher fire within you. Never, ever give up. You must aspire to acquire the desire you admire and require. Then when you do that, you become a live wire on fire. Now, should you misfire and backfire, don't perspire or retire, rather shine like the sapphire and become the high flyer. Refire and acquire the desire you admire and require. My lovely friends, it's been great sharing the last hour with you. My name is Max Can. I'm going to see you. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Jody. She's giving me a little round of applause. I love the encouragement, Jody. My lovely friends, until I see you again, may all your days be happy and joyful and full of Bcoin-wise. We have to recapture the rapture and increase our stature. And with Bcoin-wise, you can do that. May you live as long as you want to and want to for as long as you live. And I can promise you, Mapula Wendy, with Bcoin-wise and Sellbucks, you'll want to live forever. Who wants to live forever? Me. Okay, my lovely friends, have a great evening. I'm going to end the recording now. Where are we now? I'm going to end it there. I will see you soon. God bless. Good night.